Happening now, Citywide Alert, a look at the new system that could be coming to Jamestown to do just that. And the latest push for funding to help relocate a northern Chautauqua County hospital, plus the story of finding happiness by finding missing people in our region.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. A lot of local news coming up this next half hour, but first let's check in with our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joining us live at the top today. And Dakota, the big story is going to be this heat wave, if you'd call it one, that's going to be coming across our area just in, 48 hours here.
That's right, Justin. We are going to be getting set for the 3 H's, hot, hazy, and humid. We've got it all coming. First of all, it's a nice day if you want to get out on the lake. The Chautauqua Lake Skycam showing you a nice day. But yeah, it's going to be turning more warm and humid. Now, the National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for Erie and Crawford County, Pennsylvania. Now, a discrepancy here with the heat advisory. Each National Weather Service office has their own criteria for heat advisory criteria. The National Weather Service in Cleveland, which serves northwestern Pennsylvania, these two counties, their heat advisory criteria is 100-degree heat indices. Buffalo is 95. So we don't have a heat advisory for the southern tier yet, but we'll keep our eyes on that and see if that ultimately gets issued. But this is going to be the factor, the heat indices, or the feels-like temperature. When you combine the air temperature and the humidity together, we could be getting close to heat advisory criteria, lower 90s for feels like temperatures both Wednesday and Thursday. So again, it's summer. It's supposed to be warm and humid. But yeah, you can see it's going to be a good day out there for anything you want to do outdoors. There's the breakdown, good amount of sunshine, the humidity moderate, but temperatures warm. Temperatures go up from here over the next couple of days with some showers and storms. We'll talk about it with that Ultimate Satellite Solutions 7-day forecast later on in the show, Justin.
All right, Dakota, we'll see you back in just a bit. The city of Jamestown is working to roll out a new way to deliver messages to residents as part of a citywide alert network. Our Bronson Rasmussen reports on the effort.
Discussions took place on Monday night, with city council members like Councilman William Reynolds expressing interest in the project.
I think it covers a variety of different warnings: fire, police, weather, traffic. I think it'd be great to have if everybody would listen to it.
The system, which is meant to send notifications to residents of the city, will be installed by Alert Media out of Austin, Texas. The project still needs a final okay from local lawmakers, with some, like Councilwoman Kim Eklund, still having questions about the program.
What type of alerts? Who's responsible for sending them, and how? Just some general questions.
There's also a recurring cost to keep in mind.
The amount is $4,900 and no cents a year for up to 400 members. Ryan, is that correct? 400? 20 cents per member over 400. So for this year, the budget will be $2,450.
City Council is slated to vote on the system during their voting session on Monday, June 27th. Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
An effort to remove invasive species from the Chautauqua River was approved by local lawmakers on Monday. The Jamestown City Council decided to move forward with the proposal, which was first brought forward last week by the team responsible for the river revitalization project. Chautauqua Watershed Conservancy's ecologist restoration manager Tawan Lenders previously asked officials for funding to help remove the Tree of Heaven from the riverbed. The tree, native to northeast and central China and Taiwan, is considered an invasive species to our area, killing other vegetation and attracting other intrusive wildlife.
What weighs heavy on the people of this region?
For a total sum of $17,760 and no cents, subject to the approval of the Corporation Council as to form. And this is funded through the ARPA funds. We all heard the issue with that last week. That was approved through finance.
Now, the project would revegetize the exposed banks to fill in what was removed in the prior phase. A 30-year-old Jamestown woman is accused of scratching the word cheater on her boyfriend's SUV this week. City of Jamestown police officers were called to a Southside address on Monday morning for a reported disorderly female destroying property. Following an investigation, police said that Cassandra Miller admitted to scratching the word, as well as making several other marks to her boyfriend's 2018 BMW X5, causing over $250 in damage. Miller was arrested and charged with third-degree criminal mischief. Officers said she was held at Jamestown City Jail pending arraignment in that case. And one person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries via medical helicopter following a rollover crash in northern Chautauqua County on Monday. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office reports that this accident happened on Route 20 near Harmon Hill Road just before noon. Through investigation, it was determined that a van driven by 26-year-old Selena Diaz was headed west when it exited the roadway, striking several street signs and shearing off an electric pole. The van then struck a small embankment, causing it to flip over and roll before striking the side of a barn where it came to rest. Diaz suffered minor injuries as a result. A passenger in that vehicle, who was not identified, suffered more serious injuries and was flown via stat medevac to UPMC Hammett in Erie for care. Now, deputies did issue a citation to Diaz for moving from lane unsafely. As we continue this half hour, the latest push for funding to help relocate a northern Chautauqua County hospital. And later, the story of finding happiness by finding missing people here in Jamestown. Stay with us. WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
What is going on, my New York friends? My understanding is that you're in school for a little bit longer than most people, but I got some good news for you. Where are you going to be on September 10th? In Jamestown, New York, with me at 7 o'clock at the Reglena Theater, and you can get your tickets at reglena.com, REGLENNA.com. Make sure that you grab those now. It's going to be so much fun. Jamestown, New York, September 10th. Come and have fun with me.
What could you lose in a home fire? Your possessions? Your home? Your memories? Don't let your world go up in smoke. Make sure you have working smoke alarms and practice an escape plan for you and your loved ones, because fire is everyone's fight.
This message was brought to you by the Jamestown Fire Department and the Chautauqua Safety Village.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer with a day of fun activities for children in the Jamestown area, hosted by Collaborative Children's Solutions and the City of Jamestown. The first part of the day happens at Northwest Arena, where both kids and parents alike can learn about activities available to youth. Later in the evening, finish out the night at the Tarp Skunk baseball game, along with a fireworks show at Russell Dietrich Jr. Park. Stop on down on Friday, June 24th, as we celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Officials in the village of Fredonia are pushing for the release of state funding for a new hospital project in northern Chautauqua County. The village board discussed a letter Monday from trustee Jim Linden asking Governor Kathy Hokul to release $74 million in state funds designated for the project. Linden, along with fellow trustee Michael Twitchell, took part in a rally last week touting support for the hospital plan, which would construct a new facility near East Main Street in Fredonia. The hospital faces a June 22nd deadline to purchase the property where the proposed new facility would be built, which is why Trustee Lindell is pushing to release the state funding.
What weighs heavy on the people of this region is that the construction has not begun yet, and the current outdated Brooks Hospital facility will undoubtedly close soon. The reason why this committed funding has not been released yet is unknown, but what is known is that the loss of this project will have a profound negative impact on the quality of life for this region's people.
However, not everybody in the community is in favor of this project, with a group protesting to keep the medical center within the city of Dunkirk. New York Governor Kathy Hokul has signed a law of packages designed to improve legal protections for abortion service providers and women from out of New York State. The measures are intended to strengthen abortion access in New York in advance of a potential Supreme Court ruling later this month that could overturn Roe v. Wade nationwide. Last month, New York lawmakers and the governor said they would move quickly on the issue after a draft of a Supreme Court ruling was leaked. Should that ruling be finalized, abortion policy would return to state governments. Last month, Governor Hokul announced millions of dollars in additional funding for abortion providers to expand facilities in New York and strengthen security. Well, a woman from Jamestown has many reasons to feel good. She's the founder of a network of volunteers that has been very successful in helping families find loved ones who become missing. WNY News Now's John Last shares her story.
Many things end up missing. Your keys, your cell phone, your sunglasses, and it's frustrating. But sometimes people end up missing, and that's frightening. Fortunately, there's a network of volunteers that's ready to help.
This is Mary Williams. She is expecting her second child any time now. But that's not the only reason Mary's life is full of happiness and satisfaction.
What makes it happy is the community coming together, everybody being willing to help each other.
Mary is the founder of the Western New York Missing and Unidentified Persons Network. She launched the group last year after some of her siblings went missing. She says the experience of finding a missing loved one could make a person feel scared, frustrated, and alone.
I kind of wanted to be that person for other families that can kind of help them step their way through all the process of getting somebody filed missing.
Mary says there's a misconception that a person must be missing 48 hours before police take any action. Mary and her group helps worried friends and family members file a missing persons report. The group also works with the news media to get that information out quickly. Most importantly, those worried friends and family members know something is getting done, and they are not alone.
We have some really amazing volunteers that stop what they're doing when somebody is reported or I ask for assistance, that'll print and hang flyers across town, go driving around the city, checking certain blocks, kind of questioning people as to if they know anything.
There's an anonymous email for those who do not want to deal with the police. Mary also uses all methods of social media to post pictures and information.
And the minute that I post, people are saying, what can we do to help? A lot of our group members are families that have been through it previously and have had a missing person.
The network has grown from Jamestown to other cities, such as Olean, Niagara Falls, Rochester, and Buffalo. Mary says she also works with Pennsylvania residents and police departments. There's been some sad endings, but mostly the cases end with success and happiness.
We don't give up hope, until there is a final answer or we have found or located that missing person, we remain hopeful.
John Last, WNY News Now.
John, thank you. For more information on the group and to find how to get in contact with the network, check out our website, WNYNewsNow.com. The Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veteran Affairs is warning about a significant scam targeting older veterans. Pension poaching is when scammers approach veterans or beneficiaries and urge them to apply and receive benefits while requiring compensation. The Pennsylvania Department of Military and Veteran Affairs says the poachers may pose as a veteran service officer to help facilitate the application process. However, the department says the services of an accredited veteran service officer are always free, and if anyone asks for compensation, it's more than likely a scam.
And if they're calling or emailing, contacting you on social media, sending written correspondence and trying to pressure you into applying through benefits and paying for that and compensating somebody for that, know that that's not right.
Now, if you think you've been a victim of pension poaching, contact the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office. We'll have information on that at our website, WNYNewsNow.com. Well, coming up next, a look back at Jamestown Pride and the story of how the community came together. But first, a full look at our weather forecast and how hot things are expected to get this week. Stay right there.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights.
Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger.
This danger is real.
Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
Celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer with a day of fun activities for children in the Jamestown area. Hosted by Collaborative Children's Solutions and the City of Jamestown. The first part of the day happens at the Northwest Arena as we ring in summer vacation with a party featuring snacks, music, and more. In addition, several groups will be on hand speaking with both kids and parents about the plethora of activities available to keep our youth occupied. Then later in the evening, finish out the home run day with a night of fun at the Tarp Skunk baseball game, along with a fireworks show at Russell Dietrich Jr. Park. As a PE teacher, I know the importance of keeping kids busy this summer, so stop on down on Friday, June 24th, as we celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer. You can learn more online at ccsolutions716.com and watch for updates on the Collaborative Children's Solutions Facebook page.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense Weather.
Well, welcome back, and wanted to give you a fantastic weather eye picture of bald eagles. Don sending this in to us this morning, and you know, whenever you capture pictures or videos of bald eagles, you know they're going to be in the weather segment. So if you have any pictures or videos of the weather, Hunters WX on Twitter and the First Defense Weather page on Facebook, use that hashtag MyLocalWX. It's still comfortable out there right now. 76 here in town, 75 in Warren. Also at the Randolph Mesonet site, 72 in Clymer. The dew points are starting to creep up now, but they're still a little bit manageable. So again, notice how down across Warren County, the dew points have already shot up into the mid 60s, but across the southern tier, we're still hanging on to the lower 60s to upper 50s. So, but all that moist air is going to be surging on in through the day and especially through tomorrow. That's really the next thing we're keeping an eye on, really, is just the humidity. Notice the muggy meter shooting back up into that oppressive category for Wednesday and Thursday. So that is the air you can wear when your clothes just stick to you. Again, when it's so humid, your skin cannot evaporate the sweat off it because there's no nowhere in the air for the moisture to go, so it just clings to you. But we will back it down by Friday and Saturday, and much cooler air on the way as well. So for tomorrow, there is a low-end marginal risk for at least a couple of stronger storms with those pop-up showers and storms tomorrow. But the main threat is going to be on Thursday as a strong cold front crosses. The SPC has us under a standard slight risk, a level 2 out of 5 for the afternoon hours on Thursday. The main threats with this is mainly looking like a damaging wind threat, some large hail. There is a small tornado threat. It's not a big threat, but it's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. And of course, we'll keep our eyes on this threat over the next couple of days. So let's show it to you on Future Scan here. Nothing through the day, mostly sunny skies. So get out and enjoy today. The humidity not bad, so a nice day to enjoy it. But as we go into the day tomorrow, we are going to see these pop-up showers and thunderstorms because of the humidity. They're just going to pop up in random spots. Understand, we can't give you a time frame when it's going to rain and when it's going to stop. Just understand there is a chance throughout the afternoon and early evening you could see a shower or thunderstorm, and any one of them could contain at least some brief gusty winds. But as a cold front crosses the region on Thursday, that'll bring us the better chance for showers and thunderstorms. Some of them could be a bit on the stronger side. Quick look at the tropics, because the NHC is watching another area of development down here in the Caribbean. This should stay away from the United States and curve across Mexico, but no threat to the northeast. And if you're not a fan of the big time heat and humidity, just hold on. By the end of the month, it does look like we're going to cool down, and you're going to see a hint of it in the next 7 days, powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. There's the heat, 87 tomorrow, 85 on Thursday. That's ahead of the cold front, back down to 76 Friday. The weekend is looking nice, cool, with comfortable humidity and dry conditions, Justin, by next Monday.
All right. I thought, looking at this forecast, I was at the beach still, Dakota, with all this heat and humidity, for sure. Thank you.
Did you break out the Bermuda shorts yet and the metal detector?
I'm going to have to unpack them, I guess. Some headlines from across our nation now. And Americans, they might not be smiling about Monday's closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange. These numbers for the S&P 500 signal a bear market. That means the index has dripped at least 20%, its most recent high. Investors are worried the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates tomorrow. The reason is inflation. It's hurting more than just the markets here. Financial advisors are reminding investors not to panic and to ride it out. The FDA is pushing back against a report linking the Abbott Nutrition's baby formula to 9 infant deaths. The news organization eFood Alert published a list of more than 126 complaints connected to formula manufactured at Abbott's facility in Sturgis, Michigan. The infants who were fed this formula reportedly suffered illness. 9 babies died. But the FDA says there's no scientific evidence linking the deaths to the baby formula the infants were fed. The FDA investigated 2 of the 9 deaths, which prompted the nationwide baby formula recall back in February. The Abbott plant was also shut down as a result. The agency says even with further testing, they could not definitely attribute those deaths to formula from Abbott. Well, for the first time in decades, Congress could pass gun reform legislation. Over the weekend, the bipartisan group of senators laid out their framework for new gun laws following the mass shootings in Buffalo and Uvalde. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has more.
To increase the age of owning a gun,
And you want that increase from 18 to 21 years old?
Yes.
Why do you want that?
Because all of the shootings have been kids who have been the age under 21.
Cal, a 5th grade student, was part of Washington, D.C.'s March for Our Lives rally over the weekend. He tells me he's afraid of going to school following the recent mass shootings.
Because at any moment, someone can just walk in with a gun in my school.
Since the mass shootings in Buffalo, New York, and Uvalde, Texas, people across the country are calling on Congress for gun reform legislation.
4 years ago, nothing on the federal level has changed. It broke my heart with this in Uvalde, and I wanted to come out and raise my voice again. And it's the only thing I can do besides vote.
Over the weekend, a bipartisan group of senators, including Senator Pat Toomey, announced they've reached a deal. Here's what they came up with. Funding to help states to pass and implement crisis intervention orders, like red flag laws, that will temporarily take away guns from people who are deemed a threat to themselves or others. Billions for mental health and school safety funding. Someone who is convicted of domestic abuse cannot buy a gun, making gun trafficking and straw purchasing illegal. Enhanced background checks for people younger than 21 years old who want to buy a gun, including a short pause to conduct the check. And clarifying the laws on who needs to be registered as a licensed gun dealer. While many members and activists say this framework is a good first step, it falls short on legislation other supporters wanted, like a ban on semi-automatic assault rifles.
Let's try something. Something is better than nothing.
At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp, reporting.
Rachel, thank you. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he wants to vote on the proposed framework as soon as possible. This bill does have 10 Republican senators supporting it, and that means it could have a chance to pass in the Senate. Next, we're looking back at this weekend's Pride Festival, which had one term rise to the top: inclusion.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger.
This danger is real.
Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
Visit the Northwest Arena on Friday, June 24th, as we celebrate the end of school and say hello to summer. Learn about activities available to youth in the Jamestown area, plus end the night with fireworks at the Tarp Skunks game. Learn more online at ccsolutions716.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Love and self-expression was on display during Jamestown's Pride Festival, with one term rising to the top: inclusion. Our Alyssa Wright joins us live in studio today with a look back at the event. Alyssa?
Justin, for decades, those in the LGBT+ community found refuge only in private, seeking local bars and clubs as a venue to truly express themselves. But fast forward to present day, events like Jamestown Pride are a game changer for many in the queer community.
I knew the gay community here in Jamestown was pretty strong, but when I got up and I was looking at all this, it just impressed the hell out of me.
Pride Fest was open to everyone, and the community turnout was better than most expected.
It's literally amazing. I've actually never been to a Pride before because I came out during COVID, so I never really got to experience anything like this, and it's literally like crazy to see so many people and so much acceptance too. It's so awesome.
With such a large-scale event, there was bound to be some who did not agree with the festivities. However, the small protest did not last long, as it was drowned out by those in support of the LGBT+ community. Even though Pride Fest is an accepting place, there may still be some who don't feel comfortable coming out or expressing themselves.
Please, come out. It's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's much more accepting to be who you are today than it was even 10 years ago. Don't be afraid. Don't let other people tell you what to do. Be you and be happy being you.
And if there's people around them that don't support them, there's so much love and support in this community that they can feel welcomed anytime they feel like they're able to come out.
In the end, those behind the event hope the weekend provided a chance to be who they are with no fear or judgment.
Just be yourself. There's no point in hiding. It's better just to live than to hide.
Now, Alyssa and Dakota, I know you both attended Pride over the weekend, and I find it so interesting for somebody who's not a member of the community, of the LGBTQ+ community, to see everybody come together and really show that acceptance, whereas you mentioned in your report, Alyssa, in the past, it was the complete opposite. You're now getting that 180 shift where no matter who you are, you're accepted and you're loved in many instances.
Right, and that is something that, is even being a part of the LGBT, something that some of us just aren't used to. Like I mentioned before the show, we only got our right to marry just a couple years ago,
right.
And there's still laws being passed to kind of prevent what we can and can't do. So this was my first ever Pride, going and seeing how many people showed up and just being surrounded by that love was incredible.
Yeah, and even with that protester, Dakota, I know you were messaging our group chat about that. You know, yes, there was a little tension, but the event went on.
And I mean, you know, I could have a lot of comments about that, but you know, I don't want to give him too much attention because obviously the protester was just feeding off the attention. But you know, Alyssa's right because you know, hey, Alyssa's right.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I'll be here all week, folks. But no, you know, I mean, you know, for years people felt that they had to be closeted because they didn't feel like they were going to be accepted, and you know, it's hard if you're not part of the LGBTQ community to fully understand what it's like to maybe live closeted, to feel like, okay, you know, to tell people I'm this way, but in a way, you know, deep down you're not, but you can't come out because of certain things. But to see pride and to see people coming together for it, it's fantastic, especially for the younger kids who know exactly who they are, but, you know, to finally come out and to see the acceptance with the allies and the LGBTQ community. So
yeah, definitely.
You're telling me wrap it up.
Thank you both for sharing these stories over the past weekend before and after the event. Certainly more to come as we cover future events. Well, that's it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll leave you with this live look over Chautauqua Lake. Have a wonderful day.